Welcome back to part 2 of the Fault Box Quick Start video. Let's talk about some tools and tips now. The option box just reveals a few startup options that you can choose to customize, like the language it's in, whether the screen appears upon connection, and whether the fault box automatically connects. Our software recognizes any fault box that you plug into, and sometimes the terminology is confusing, so we have drop-down boxes that explain the acronyms. And then of course you can always just disconnect with a click. But in all reality, it works the same way if you go down and unplug the USB cord and then just plug it back in later. It'll still remember where you are at, and this works great for leaving the lid to the fault box closed while you insert faults and your students can't see. For illustration purposes, I'm using a PC-based scan tool so I can bring the screen up right alongside the software and illustrate how when I make a change at the fault box, it's reflected on the scan tool data. See, I turned the IET on, it changed the voltage from 2.59 to 4 something, and the data followed. When you're making an adjustable fault, it's probably best to have the scan tool hooked up and adjust to the scan tool, because that's what your students are going to use to try and diagnose it, and that's the data they're going to be looking for. It just makes it more accurate. In addition to scan tool data, on the face of the trainer we have a breakout box that reflects OEM pinout numbers, and the voltage values can be observed there at the correct pin, just like with the scan tool. So see, I'm going to change the IAT from 2.57 to 4.69 volts, and when I go to the correct pin on the breakout box, the voltage is also caught there. It's great for diagnosing. Now here's my favorite part, saving a fault. Let's say you have a scenario that becomes an aha moment in your class and you want to do it again next class, next year, at a final, doesn't really matter. Well, you can save that particular scenario as a file in the software. Just create a folder, click on Save As, name it. In this case, we're going to say Injector Miss. We're going to save it, and then pretend it's the end of the day. We're going to go up to Tools and Reset to Defaults, which basically erases any fault that's in that software program right now, so that the next instructor gets a clean engine bench. Then we just disconnect. So when you want to recreate that scenario that works so well, or for consistency, you just go choose the file, open it, and it reinstalls it back into the fault box just like it was when you left.